Right, next up, we're going to move on to one which is probably going to be controversial because it's negative. So this is the worst.
It's Radd time, motherfucker. This is how we roll. There's got to be something in there that's not positive. Can't wait to say this.
we were actually going to do a category which was going to be the worst fan art statues, but
there are so many we can pick.
There were so many really, really bad fan art statues that we were like, okay, we need to jazz this up a bit and make it that it's the ones which had promise but fucked up. And it just got too complicated. It just got too complicated. And
too many of those.
There are so many of them. Like if you see, it got into the case of we were trying to decide on the terms, and it got to a case of, well, that Venom bust which Mr. X got in never promised to be any good. It never had any potential. So that can't be added because it always looked shit.
Yeah, it was promised. It was shit when it started.
So then when you then get another one where it's like, that one looks fantastic, renders fantastic, and then it's delivered badly, we thought that was a good criteria, and then it just got really, really hard to do. So the fan art one,
and also most of them were Franco Carissimo's ones. Maestro versus the Logan, that was in there. Then it was the Iceman, which was blatantly in there.
That new Wolverine with the leprechaun.
Uncanny. Basically, if it had been the 3 worst fan arts, based on what's promised and what was delivered, it'll be Franco Carissimo's ones. They'll all be them ones.
Last level.
Last level. Or yeah, not him because he's awesome, but them as a company, whoever's making the statues would have been them.
Well, one of the problems is last level, the guy who run it fucking jumped ship and said, oh yeah, see you later guys, I'm sending all my work down to the shitty factory and she's going to take over. Good luck. And fucked off. Anyway, so we're skipping so many. So the worst licensed pieces. This one's yours first.
Oh, you're not. Does anybody know what I'm going to say for bronze? Come on, anybody gets it right, you get a brownie. A brownie and a blowjob. Go on, what have you got?
Well, it takes a little while.
Who do you think I'm going to say?
It takes a little while for them to come in.
I'll give it a minute. I'm patient. I don't mind.
Are you patient? Let's see if anyone comes up.
I'll give you like 10 seconds.
XM Thanos.
No. That's a personal friend. There's no problem. There's no problem with the work of XM Thanos. It's just not my Thanos. I'm a big Thanos fanboy. Nope. Like it.
Sideshow Joker. I don't know which Joker that is. Last level Iceman. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Boom Jazz.
Thanks, man.
Say Thanos and I'm burning my rotor inside.
Listen, Cody, I'm going to tell you this. The statue is a nice statue, but I'm a Thanos fanboy, so you have to get the nostalgia with me, otherwise I'm not interested. It has to resonate with me, with something I know, something I care about. It's not like another character. It's not like a fucking Spider-Man where I don't give a shit, because I don't give a shit about Spider-Man. I care. Or Magnetti. Okay, you all suck. It's,
wait.
Oh, you man! You got a brownie and a blowjob coming your way. It is indeed. It is Sideshow Cyclops. What's up, y'all? This is my choice for the bronze. I feel this is really disappointing, and especially since I think the X-Men line is incredibly strong from Sideshow Collectibles. Gambit looks phenomenal. Rogue, phenomenal. Colossus, as much as I'm not really the biggest fan of it, the work in itself is really, really decent. I don't like this piece. I really think this is beyond basic. And before you all grab your fucking tampons and you all start throwing shit at me and saying that, you know what, it's like the animated series, blah, blah, blah. There is a Cyclops, a fan art Cyclops, where he's simply standing with his hand on his visor, and it looks phenomenal. It has the same sort of thing going on. It's not full of textures, but the details on it are crazy good. The build on him is really, really good. It's an amazing looking Cyclops. For me, I don't know what the fuck that right arm is doing. I have no idea. But either his left arm needs to join his right arm, or his right arm needs to join his left arm, because they're both confused. The pose is really just boring. The suit's really fucking boring. The only part on it I like.
I hate this piece. Saw it in person last week, and I'm tempted. Looked better than the prototype in New York. Can't look any worse than the prototype in New York. I'll tell you that.
I've seen it in a store, and I was really disappointed with it even then. But then it didn't have.
Isn't that Gem's #1 from 2020?
If it is, I'm never watching him again. Literally, he's already on borrowed time with his anti-venom fucking hype. The blaster is the bit I like. That's the only part of the statue I really like, is the beam coming out of his. That's the part I haven't seen that portrait in person. I saw this one in person, the little flicker thing, and I thought it looked wank.
He's tossing off the Invisible Man with his right arm.
I really feel that he's too thin. I feel there's a lack of sculpt details here. I think there's a lack of anything, even the base, for example. Man, it's just all a bit in there. For me, I think this is incredible. When I heard Cyclops was going to be made, I was like, you know what? They could massively improve. You know, I got fucking cable, and I was like, they're going to kill this. And I don't think this is a big improvement on the original Cyclops premium format. I don't think it's that big, a lot better, and that's not good enough for something that's like 10 years later.
Didn't you have the XM1 for pre-order, and then this came out and you were a bit worried, or was it not?
Yeah, I heard that they were doing this. You know, like the font came out, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I might have to cancel my XM1. And then this came, then I saw it, and I was like, what the fuck, man? And you know what it was? It was weird, because I wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to go with my sort of cable. You know, I was like, you know, this could be fucking special. And it really was a huge disappointment for me. I really think that it just looks lazy.
Do you know what it looks like? No effort. The base on it makes no sense, because it looks like he's optic blasted the floor, which makes no sense. And it's a bit like, it looks like someone's pointed to his top and gone, yeah, Scott, you dropped some food down here. And he's kind of looked down and zapped the floor, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to go underneath his legs with it.
Were people fucking with us when they're saying that Jem Min voted this #1? Because if he did...
He didn't. Surely he didn't.
Amen, G. And the pose looks way off. His arms are awkward, and I can't see him open in mouth portrait and not see Will Ferrell. If you don't know what I mean, Google it. We're going to have to Google that. Did XMPs come up? It's come with 2 torsos. Yep.
Mine did, yeah. I got the 2 torso one.
I was mad when I saw the Sideshow Cyclops. He is their leader. My favourite hero. He deserved to be better.
That's it. That's exactly it. That response there. Yeah. That last response. He deserved so much more effort done on him. Yeah. And no matter how many times I see this,
problem is it reminds
people tell me there's always meant it looks like the animated series. It looks like it's like
Jim Lee style. But what it reminds
Jim Lee style. What does Jim Lee style mean? There's no fucking effort. That's not how I read him. That's not how I read Jim Lee.
It reminds me of the fact, you know, where there's a few pieces where they're stuck in production for years, and it looks like this piece is from 4 years ago. That's what it looks like.
6 years ago, dude.
Yeah. I got XM with 2 torsos. I love that they gave us the stand for it as well.
Yeah, I
didn't even know the stand was coming for it until we started.
Yeah, you were shit. You were useless.
Yeah. and it is actually on the pre-order pictures. Just joking about Jem. He's funny. He picked over the XM1. Yeah. Alone.
I wasn't funny.
Looks boring, but he looks great when you have the other X-Men displayed around him.
I totally agree with that.
In front of him, blocking him.
I totally agree that if you have it in a group shot, it doesn't look as horrendous.
Yeah.
But that doesn't say much. What that says to me is, look, if I turn the lights out and I put it in the dark, it's fine. That's what that says to me. If I disguise it, if I put quality all around it, it doesn't look like the piece of shit it looks like.
Let's move on. All right, next up, this one was one which is more to do with responses on the actual forums and things about what people have seen and what they think about. So this one is actually the Sideshow Hawk Girl, and the face of this in every picture I've seen of it is absolutely terrible. People have had to repaint it, send it back, and whatever else. So this is the Sideshow Hawk Girl, which
I think this is horrible anyway. Even if this is a prototype picture, I don't like any of it. So yeah. I mean, production. I mean, the wings just look like they're lacking massive amount of detail in there. Just looks a bit weird body structure through her midsection looks strange. Not a fan
So,
at all. And I saw some pictures of the production piece. It looked awful.
XM Gambit, yeah, he was borderline.
Oh, that's fucking horrible, that piece.
He was borderline, man. He was on thin ice.
Ah, fucking yeah, that's fucking no good, that piece.
Wow, harsh. So yeah, this is the Hawk Girl. Yeah, a lot of the faces on this looked like it was terrible. Next up.
Okay, so for gold, we've gone with the truest interpretation of the rule, which is biggest disappointment. Worst license piece, biggest disappointment of 2020. And we're going to go with Prime 1 Lobo.
So, Cody, this piece looks great with a repainted face. That's not the point, though.
I think, Cody, we might have to block you, man. Jesus.
Oh, God. Terrible eyelashes, but yeah. LOL Walmart, yeah. So then this was the one which so many people were let down by this, and this is a lot of money. People paid a lot of money to ship this, a lot of money to get this in. And, you know, when the pictures have come out of this so far, they're really disappointed. Really, really let down.
I think this comes under the category where I think this was in the running when we saw the prototype and we were looking at the pictures and things. This was going to be the 1/3 statue of the year, easy. No one was getting near this, no one. And I think production has really let this piece down. I think they've really let Ramel Chopra down with what they've delivered from his amazing sculpt and work. I think this is fucking horrible. Based on all the pictures I've seen of it, I don't like any of it, and I really am disappointed. I think the fact that they're putting all this COVID tax on shipping their stuff as well is absolutely tipped things over the edge. Where people are like, "What, really?" And it's such a shame. It's such a shame because it was an absolute masterpiece.
The chains, they've got no weathering on the chains. They've got no just these little strips of material which look like, you know, nothing on the actual prototype. It was actually like shredded material, and just the separation on the face is shaded. Everything that is not there. I really hope this is a case of people make enough noise. First wave will be this. Second wave will be totally better. And I hope that that's the case. I hope that by people making noise, people talking out about this, that the factory
fix it
out of the arse and basically get it out. I think what this has happened is this has been rushed to get out before Chinese New Year, because there always is a big rush to do that. And I think that's what they've done, and they've tried to get out as quick as possible.
But that's why you can't sit down. You know, like sometimes people will say, "Fuck me," you know, you give them a bit of a hard time. We do this shit for you.
The Dolphins are the exclusive extra part.
Yeah, Dolphins are part of the X. It doesn't look like they are based on that, does it? I don't know why they haven't got some sort of fucking thing where you can like literally attach them dolphins to the corners or something. I just don't get it.
It needs to fit in better. They look totally separate. There's no way that they should.
Just needed a key underneath the middle part where that wave is coming up, where you can literally just attach it on either side and put them either next to it, diagonally out, or whatever you wanted to do. You know, but listen. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have this on pre-order. I've got no money invested in this. I don't care. I don't collect 1/3 scale. I don't have a 1/3 scale Lobo in my collection to compete with this. I don't care if it's good or bad. It means nothing to me. But by us showing and talking about it and saying it looks like this, you know, maybe the people that have this on order, maybe they'll get a good one. And if we do that and it works, then it'll be fucking worth it. Because by sitting here and going, "Oh, it looks fine," it's just a flash. It's just the light. It's just the contrast. If we do that, and everybody does that, you're all fucked, because you're all getting this grey piece of monkey shit. That this is what it looks like. It looks horrible. The differentiating colours between his suit and his skin and his gun and his hair and his face and that base are all shades of grey. Literally, this is 50 shades of grey. It ain't even 50. It's more like 7. It's like 7 shades of grey. It's awful.
Yeah, it needs. I mean, I'm really hoping that by people making enough noise on forums and us making this noise, I hope Sideshow go back to their factory. And if you get the second
Prime one.
Sorry, who did I say?
Sideshow. It's not
Sorry.
Sideshow. Sideshow not responsible.
Sorry, I was reading a comment about Sideshow Lobo. Sorry. So yeah, Prime 1. I hope they go away and the second wave comes out much better. I really hope that's the case.